Welcome, welcome. It's Kringle Kim here, and it is Sunday night, November 18th, 2018. And here in the United States, we're heading into the Thanksgiving week. And I'm thinking, what a great week. Give a gift. I have been handing them out. Like I said, a lot of people, for some reason, are hesitant to accept it. I don't know. I've been following the script, and I'm sure the script works really, really well. Maybe it's just where I live. I have, I do have good family and friends that have supported me. And I am talking to businesses. So I guess, certain way, you just have to be patient, and follow up with them a couple times, and they will come around. So I'm hoping to go from 0 to 60, especially this week. I'm going to have a Black Friday TBC Kringle gift day. And I have been doing little markets. Actually, I did farmers markets before. I am now doing them in front of my house. And TBC Kringle is on the, I made up all my business cards, but I made them up a little bit bigger because people in my area, they need a magnifying glass to read the information on the business card size. But they are taking them. I keep checking my genealogy list every day. And then again, we have a couple places here in town. I've talked to them about it, and but they allowed me to put my information out in they're both restaurants, in their establishment. Of course, there's quite a few people who have their business cards out. Mine are a little bigger. So hopefully people will see them. I'm into hoping. I know people will see them. Anyway, it's very exciting. Today is the night before the Sun Button meetings start. So make sure you go in the Kringle Cash back office. And if you haven't taken your Sun Button test, please take it. I encourage you. And tomorrow is the English, the Sun Button meeting in English at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And on Tuesday is, they are in Hindi, Bengali, French, and Cambodian now on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please, that's where you get all the really important information, especially if you're a broadcaster. But even if you're not a broadcaster, anybody who's sharing the gift should have their Sun Button test taken, and should be, I'm saying should. I encourage you to attend the Sun Button meeting so that you know the latest and greatest news about TBC Kringle. And so I do want to start out with the short mission statement. There is the Kringle Society mission statement that is, I think, required reading, and also the public notice, which should be required reading for everybody that is going to be active and is serious about sharing and teaching TBC Kringle. And then I have some information from the blog. So TBC Kringle is a private digital currency embraced by the Billion Coin community. For our private agreement, Kringle has a significant value today and will only increase in value with each new member that joins us. So it's every living man, woman, child, and baby that creates the value of our coin. Kringle is completely detached from the public coin market and the currently established scarcity-based monetary system. TBC Kringle is based on abundance, not on artificial scarcity. Those who choose to join the TBC community understand the TBC vision and mission of reaching 1 billion members and ending poverty globally. They also understand that in order to achieve our objectives, our members must be proactive in learning from our educational blog and sharing TBC Kringle via our Kringle Fast Start system. Together we can achieve abundance for all. And then one of the really important blogs that came out today actually was on SW, and the S curve. So, and I do want to go back. One of the big things is, remember, we are talking, we do not use the mention of any kind of fiat currency anymore. And I know I am probably, I mentioned it when talking about the admin wallet fee, and I'm really sorry. I was trying to be so good in every other case, but if I said it then, I'm really sorry. I will not in the future, because it isn't even paid with, it's what, 4 grains of gold. It's not even that. It's not even that. Anyway, I'm not going to mention any kind of fiat currency in the future, and I hope everybody knows that too. They have now changed everything, which I'm glad. The business cards, all the posters, and everything do not reflect fiat currency. So no matter where you live, it doesn't reflect fiat currency, because it isn't about fiat currency for us. It's about a private peer-to-peer community. So here, today's blog, back to that, is SW, and the S curve. And in my past experiences in life, I guess I kind of talk about this in a remote kind of way, but this is the old saying, like I have KISS, keep it super simple. So here, I learned this a long time ago, but it is very true. You know, as I'm going around too, not everybody accepts the gift. So SW means some will, some won't, so what? You know, every offer in the world experiences SW. Our invitation to receive a gift of redeemable cookies valued over 1 ounce of gold is no different. The point is, so what? It's not to get hung up on those that fall into the some won't. And that's what I say. Don't prejudge anybody, because you may find out the people you think will, won't, and the people you might think won't, will. So place all of your attention on those that belong to the some will category. The only value of some won't category is to search for ways to improve our approach in order to reduce the number in that category. Outside of that, very little attention should be given to those falling into the some won't camp. Yeah, I mean, you gave them the opportunity to say yes or no. So you have given them the opportunity, and I find that very important. But if they say no, hey, move on to the next person, because I tell you, there's many people that some will and are waiting to hear your, to hear about your gift, and that's fine. People don't want to be bugged about stuff. I mean, sometimes if they're in that, sometimes they say, maybe, and sometimes, usually maybe means no, or the big one is, I've got to talk to my spouse. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That means no. So anyway, yeah, just move on to the next person. Keep giving everyone the opportunity. For example, if you invited 10 people to receive the gift and 2 of them accepted it, you should see the victory of how you have helped 2 people improve their lives, and certainly not feel disappointed about the 8 that declined the gift. Don't take what the 8 did in this example personally. And I can tell you, family is usually in that some won't company. a lot of times. It's like they know you too well or something. I don't know. I have a person in my family that doesn't want to see me succeed. So no matter what I do, they say no. Even if it's even if I told them I was going to give them $100,000, they'd say no. But anyway, don't feel disappointed about the 8 that will decline your gift. Don't take what the 8 did in this example personally. It isn't about personally. You are giving a gift. And if they don't want to receive a gift, hey, you took the opportunity, you had the courage, you overcame your fear, you got out of your comfort zone to take that step of asking them. Pat yourself on the back either way. So what should be the attitude? And just move on. The human tendency to count losses needs to be overcome with an attitude adjustment. Always stay positive and smile. Improvement comes out in a positive state of mind. I will have more to say on SW, or some will, some won't, so what? But now I'd like to talk about the S curve. The S curve represents the adoption rate over time. Our objective in TVC is to gather 1 billion members as fast as we can. From a marketing point of view, we can break the S curve into 4 parts: infancy, concentration, momentum, and stability. I'd say we passed the infancy stage here in TVC. We had quite a bumpy road during our infancy. I'm glad that part is behind us now. We are currently in the concentration stage, and low growth numbers are normal during this stage of development. At some point, we hit what's called critical mass. Well, this is another one I am very familiar with. At critical mass, the momentum stage kicks in, and that's when we will see the TVC community growth at least double on a monthly basis, and we will experience monthly exponential growth. And many will be surprised within that stage how fast we got to 1 billion members. I think there is a misperception right now within the TVC community that we should already be in the momentum stage. That's wishful thinking. The cryptocurrency frontier is only 10 years old. Excuse me. And that's not even one whole generation of people yet. Yes, technology and the information age do speed up adoption rates and revolutions such as ours, but people are creatures of habit, and it just takes time to change what people do. What we need right now is more members staying focused during this concentration phase. We need the effective accumulation and not a revolving door. We are in a marathon, not a sprint. We can meet all needs right now, regardless if they are short-term or long-term. So let's use that means to establish a state of accumulation. And that's true. I know there are a lot of people in other things, places I've been with, even as, being a teacher. I was a high school teacher for a while. And the thing is, hey, it's great to sign up 100 people, but if you can't follow up with 100 people right away, you're gonna, there is gonna be some. So what I'm saying is the important thing is, at least for me, is I make sure, someone receives the gift, you follow up with them. Right now, follow up with them with the 24 or 48 hour rapid cookie rewards. But you have to hold their hand for a while until, like admin says, they get kind of stable. They've learned the way. And I know I am different than some people because I do have kind of background in business and stuff. So sometimes I take the bull by the horns, and I don't let it bother me that I don't know anything. I keep looking around till I understand it or till I can find the information. Otherwise, I know even when I started in TVC Kringle, I was fairly lost. And our education blog is excellent now. We have systems in place. It's all we have the mission statement, the public notice. There's all this information on there to kind of know what you are going to do. And I'm not blaming anybody else. It's all on me to learn how to do this stuff. But the great thing now is, the people that came ahead of me, people that shared the gift with me, they didn't have any more information than I did. So it has been a learning experience for a lot of people, but you know, the learning is here, and now we know where to go, where to learn, the blog, and it's on us to go to the blog, read the blog, go to the send button meetings. If you still don't understand, you know, ask people questions, ask broadcasters questions. The answers are there, and I know everybody here will try to do the best they can at answering your questions. And that's kind of like what did Advin call it? We are in the concentration stage right now. We are, as we build those initial numbers, you know, make sure that we're all in alignment and learning. And so learning so we can teach, and then teaching so the next person can learn. That takes a little bit of time, and you do have to invest some time in each referral that you have. Like, I have a referral that accepted the gift, I don't know, 9 months ago. And I've been talking to my people about broadcasting. And I am going to do a broadcast this week. How exciting. But just because it took a while, you know, they did accept the gift. They are worth, as I know too, it's actually, you know, you want to make sure you keep the people that believed in you and trusted you and believed in TVC Kringle. You want to make sure that they are understanding and knowing all the basics. You know, it's easier to keep them than to go out and try and get more people. And so both things are important. And once you get enough people that are in that stability phase, you know, and they start sharing even 2 to 10 people, we will grow very, very quickly. And that's what critical mass is. You probably, depending on how old you are, but you know, there's been critical mass in many things. Like I remember when my parents were young, very few people had TVs. Now I think everybody in the world has a TV or has access to a TV. Telephones were another thing. I remember my mom, back when I was probably 10 or 11, there was no such thing. They came out with microwave ovens. So we had this microwave oven delivered to our house because my mom was a home ec teacher. And she did all the testing of the microwave oven, developed a lot of the recipes for the microwave oven. And then that, you know, right, microwave was huge. And we, I used to help my mom, and we made a lot of mistakes. And then by the time I became married, I had spent, you know, microwaves were becoming commonplace. Not everybody had one yet, but I remember getting one for a wedding gift, and I went ahead and put it right on the stove. Since then, I still use my stove. But now everybody, probably in the world, pretty much, I don't know about some countries, but even I think everybody now has been exposed to a microwave oven and knows how to use a microwave oven, even if you don't have one yourself. You know, you probably used one in an office or a school or somewhere like that. And then of course the one that the youngest of us, you know, then we get to computers. And, you know, gosh, I remember it was even 1998, not everybody had used computers or had access to a computer. In fact, 1998 was the first year. Oh, I guess that was the first year we had one in our house that had internet. Did have them at the office, but that was the first year my kids used internet at home. It was not in the schools yet. And now you see today, 20 years later, everything is the internet. And then the cell phones. Even 15 years ago, not everybody had a cell phone, and now it seems like everybody has a cell phone. So that's when they talk about critical mass, that's what it is. It starts slow, you know, it has to go through that concentration phase. You know, people have to learn about it and everything. And then gradually, as more people learn about it and everything, so, you know, that's what's important in sharing and caring and teaching. But once, you know, then all of a sudden it goes crazy and everybody knows about it. So that's what at critical mass, the momentum stage kicks in, and that's when we will see TVC community growth at least double on a monthly basis, and we will experience monthly exponential growth. And that, of course, is not very many people know what cryptocurrency is right now. And at that stage, everybody will know what cryptocurrency is now, and they will be asking you for the gift if it's still available. So many will be surprised within that stage how fast we got to 1 billion members. I think there is a misperception right now within the TVC community that we should already be in the momentum stage. That's wishful thinking. The cryptocurrency frontier is only 10 years old, and that's not even one whole generation of people yet. So talking about that again, I had a funny thing on Facebook. You know, even when I got married, we had the old black phone that was, you know, hooked in with the wire to the wall, and it had the rotary dial on it, you know, and it had the handset. So there was this cute thing on Facebook, and it showed some kids, they were probably in high school, and they put a rotary phone in front of them, and they knew enough to, they finally figured out they should dial the numbers, you know, on the rotary phone like you would do on a cell phone, but they didn't know enough to pick up the handset to talk and listen. So that's just kind of cute, you know, and that's what, I was married and I have kids, and now I have grandkids. So that's really only one generation away. These kids wouldn't know how to go back and use a rotary phone. So that's how quick things can change. So one generation of people. Yes, technology and the information age do speed up adoption rates and revolutions such as ours. But people are creatures of habits, and it just takes time to change what people do. We need the effect of accumulation and not a revolving door. We are in a marathon, not in a sprint. We can meet all needs right now, regardless if they are short-term or long-term. So let's use that means to establish a state of accumulation. So yes, we're accumulating, and we're getting everybody. Right now, we're sharing for the long, you know, for the long-term stability to establish the state of accumulation. So let's talk about critical mass for a moment now. Here's what will look like for us in TVC. We will have at least 100,000 viewing send button meetings every week, being done in about 20 or more languages. The 24/7 broadcast will be several pages a day of backup shows, and anyone around the world could tune in live to participate in their native tongue at their convenience. That's very cool. Every show will have guest interviews of members sharing their personal cash flow stories and how TVC has changed their lives for the better. Hosts of these shows will be knowledgeable to answer any question that comes up in that area of the show. These shows become like a nonstop electrical current that everyone can plug into at their convenience. It won't matter what time of day it is or what part of the world someone is in. At their convenience, they can plug in. Community morale will be very high because of it. A Me Too effect will kick in. People all around the world will be getting TVC invitations from multiple friends, and people don't like the feeling of being left out. Critical mass will be the natural result. The moment of critical mass is so explosive, it can be pinpointed down to a single day. The funny thing is, we already have enough members right now to create this moment of critical mass. We just lack the concentrated focus of the community to make it happen today. So now back to some will, some won't, so what? We have about 10,000 people a day signing up right now. That's very exciting. Sponsors need to improve on the transitions of the invitations. Inviting people to receive the gift is just the first invitation in a series. Next is the invitation to complete the profile in Kringle Cashback Office. The most important invitations are listed out on the dashboard of the Kringle Cashback Office. We need to focus our concentration on the 5-day plan to duplicate success. Duplication will bring us to the moment of critical mass, and momentum will become a smooth ride for all. I hope the sponsors are using all the tools in their Kringle cashback office, like the invitations tool. And I know this is one of the first things I did. I encourage everybody I know to do too, that have received a gift from me, is to go to the Kringle cashback office and click on the invitations tab, and then you can fill in all your friends. And then, like it says, relationship, date, what was the invitation? Did they accept it or not? No, I messed up on some of those. Like I said, I used to be lost, but I have it figured out now. So if you want to ask me a question, my email address is down there below. But that's how we learn, right? We make lots of mistakes sometimes. That's what I like about the blog now and the systems now. We don't have to figure it out on our own anymore. All the answers are right there. And then it's important to keep track of what your signups do, so be sure to edit the status of each of them as you go. The next tool is to keep an eye on your referrals, and you can monitor if they have paid or not. Now, this is nice because before I didn't know if they had paid or not. So first of all, when I send out an invitation, I don't always get feedback from that person. So that's why this referral list is nice, first of all. I mean, I can find out if they accepted the gift by going to my genealogy, and that's how I've been checking, to go to my genealogy and, see if their name is, if they have, submitted their thing and verified their email. But you can also go to your marketing tab where your marketing referral link is, and after the drop-down menu, it says your referrals. And I didn't know about that for a long time. I don't know how I missed it. Maybe they added it and I wasn't paying attention. But you don't even, the same thing that's in your genealogy list is under your referral list. And what they've added, and it has their, their name, their username, their email, the date they accepted the gift, and their paid status. And that's really nice. I didn't know the paid status of people before. And some of them haven't followed up with me, even if I've sent them emails and stuff. But now I can pinpoint the ones, I can pinpoint the ones that have, I need to encourage to pay their admin fee, and, ask them if I can help them out. So I think that's a wonderful new thing that has been added to the TVC Kringle cashback office. So a lot going on. We have 12 more days. Oh, and that's the other thing I want to bring up. They had the voting. If you go to your cookie rewards tab, and then underneath the cookie reward poster that says how many you can earn for each thing, is the voting. And I don't know if they've taken it down yet or not, but if they haven't, please go vote for November 30th, December 20th, or January. I believe it was 31st. Once I voted, they took it off my page, so I don't know what it says. Anyway, yeah, and if you have referrals, go check and see if they've all paid. I encourage them to pay, especially if they're newer referrals since the last redemption period, because they won't show the cookies in their cookie rewards thing until they have paid their their fee. That's 4 grains of gold. But at that point, their cookie rewards, their cookies will go into their cookie rewards back office, and then they can redeem. If nothing else, they can redeem their probably 25,000. Some of them have 125,000. I don't know if they did. anyway to redeem in the November redemption period. So a lot of information, and again, I encourage you to make sure you attend one of the send buttons this week. A lot more people are attending, especially in the different languages, so that's wonderful. And you know, one or it's an hour and a half sometimes, once a week, to keep track of what's going on. Come on, let's do this mission. Let's be winners and push this mission forward. And there are people waiting to hear from you. So have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And you're in the United States, happy Thanksgiving. And this is Kringle Kim signing off. Good night.